Hey guys, Jeff Dickinson here, talking about Arcade1Up CES 2019. And man, did they not disappoint. If you go look to the left, you'll see the wall-cades. Look to the right, you'll see the counter-cades. These are some new products coming out by Arcade1Up that I'm excited to talk about. But before I do that, I want to talk about this bad boy. Mortal Kombat, finally coming out this year. They say it's slated to come out between May and June-ish. So that's going to be coming soon. And what's cool is they can come with deck protectors now, so we don't have to worry about calling in to order those. Also, if you look at the bottom here, they got these risers they're making. They're customized for our games. They're saying it's about $49, and that's the price point they got for them. And they're coming out sometime this year, hopefully in time for the Mortal Kombat release, which would be really cool. Now, I also did have this cocktail table. It's a prototype of Street Fighter. This is not slated for this year. It's for the future. They couldn't even talk about any time frame, but this is what they're working on currently. So you saw pictures on the internet. Yes, it's true. They also have these little stools here they're making exclusively for your cabinets. So once again, those are going to be about $49 coming out sometime this year, but they'll make them for each of our games they're releasing, which is kind of cool. Now, these cocktail cabinets is going to be a 12-in-1 style cabinet. It's really going to be cool. If you look to the right, half the games are blocked off because they're still working on, licensing. Remember, this is a prototype. This is a work in progress, not for this year. But I'm glad to see it'll be coming out soon. Now, what's also cool is Final Fight's going to finally make its debut. They said it's still slated for February, so be on the lookout for that. Once again, these are all not confirmations. They're just saying this is what they're wanting to do. Karate Champ, which is also going to have 4 games, which include Burger Time, it'll include Bad Dudes, and Caveman Ninja. So looking forward to that. Now, this is the talk of the town, Golden Tee, which had a lit marquee and a rollerball that's really just like the arcade. Now, they said this is going to be a little more expensive, but it's going to be well worth it because of the quality. They are looking at release date of around Father's Day. What's also cool here is there's a little Pac-Man, you got the stool and the customizer. They're going to be making these, like I said, for all of our games. So this is slated sometime this year. What's badass, though, is when we get some of these cabinets, it'll include the customizer, as you can see here with the Pac-Man. So that's really, really cool to see. They're listening to us and, making things look cooler. The Space Invaders was released in Europe, and it's coming to us sometime this year. They didn't have a date for it, but it's got, the original black and white Space Invader, as well as the colored one, and they will be making a stool for it as well. Once again, those are about $49 for those stools, and risers, they're estimating those prices. What I really love to talk about is this. These are the wall-cades. This is a designated Defender and Joust game that's going to run you about $200. They weigh about 20-ish pounds, and they're dedicated. The Defender and Joust and the Rampage cabinet didn't do it justice, so I'm glad to see it. And for the price, it's really cool. You can hang it on your wall, you can hang it on a door, or you can put it on your coffee table and play it. It's right about the same size as the cabinets we have in our house these days. So it's a nice size cabinet for $200. Worth the money in my opinion, especially because it's a dedicated Defender cabinet, looks really badass, and you can play Joust. They also going to have Pac-Man, which is coming out with Pac-Pal. All these games are going to have 2 games per unit for the $200. They can have Centipede with missilecommand. You have Galaga and Galaxian, of course, your Defender and your Joust, as well as your Space Invaders. So for the money, in my opinion, and the size of it, because it looks just right about the same size as our cabinets, it's going to be well worth the money. Now, what they're also going to be releasing is what's called these little miniature versions. The Counter-cades is what they're calling it. These are about 5 pounds a piece. They price range at about $179. Now I was thinking $149, $100, or $99 is a lot better price point, but that's just my speculation. They're having it at $179, and that's their price point. Each game is going to include 2 games, so it's kind of cool to see these. And they're made very good quality, just like the ones in your house. They're made very well. The buttons are really good. The rollerball was a lot better than the rollerball they first released. And like I said, they're improving on these games. They're listening to us. So it's kind of cool to see that they're, following through with what we have to say. And they're, like I said, built very well. And they're running, £5 a piece, about $179, just to reiterate that. Also, you have Ghosts and Goblins, Pac-Man, as you saw, Galaga, and, Dig Dug. So these little games are coming out, and this is something cool that Arcade1Up is doing for us. You may not have a room for a full arcade, or you may not want to hang one up on your wall, so there you go. You got these cabinet-cades that you could put on your coffee table or your bar. So that's it for Arcade1Up. They didn't disappoint, and I was extremely happy and looking forward to this year with Arcade1Up, especially with the wall-cades. You guys take care. I'm going to play some old school games. Later.